Zdravo svima i dobrodošli u novu epizodu Uručenja. Kada bi vas neko na nekom sportskom kvizu pitao da nabrojite trojicu bugarskih sportista, verovatno bismo se svi prvo setili Hrista Stoičkova. Drugo ime bilo bi Grigor Dimitrov, s obzirom na to koliko je puta u karijeri igrao protiv našeg Novaka Đokovića, a trećeg momka bismo se setili s posljednjih nekoliko košarkaških sezona. Verujem da bi odgovor bio Saša Vezenkov, svih nas, i to po dobrim partijama i učincima u posljednjih nekoliko sezona, ne samo u dresu Olimpijakosa i klubova za koje je igrao, već i u nacionalnom timu Bugarske. Upravo on je bio naš sledeći gost i sa njim smo razgovarali pred utakmicu u Evroligi protiv Partizana, koja je crno-belima bila toliko važna i na kraju je to za njih bio i veliki korak ka plasmanu u play-off koji će kasnije i osigurati. Sa Vezenkovim smo pričali o svemu. O ovoj sezoni Olimpijakosa, koji je verovatno jedan od najkonstantnijih timova Evrolige kakvu gledamo ove sezone, već smo pričali nekoliko puta o tome koliko je ona bila neizvesna. Pričali smo i o tome koliko prijatelja iz Srbije ima, koliko je vezan za ovo podneblje, ne samo u košarkaškom smislu, već i u životnom. Vezenkov zna da priča srpski, dobro ga razume, ipak razgovarali smo na engleskom kako bismo mogli da pokrijemo što više tema. Odgovorio nam je na pitanje šta je najviše uticalo na njega da počne da se bavi košarkom, odnosno ko je najviše uticao na njega, a govorio je i o budućnosti bugarskog nacionalnog tima koji smo gledali proteklog leta na Eurobasketu. O svemu tome i još mnogim drugim zanimljivim detaljima i temama razgovarali smo u otprilike pola sata sa Sašom Vezenkovim.
We will speak about the game, of course, that you have tomorrow against Partizan. But first, can we try to speak a little bit more about this season of the Euroleague so far, to describe it, to try to do the analysis of the Euroleague season, not only for your team but also for the rest of the teams. There were a lot of ups and downs for all teams.
I think it's really interesting Euroleague season. All the teams are fighting until the end. I don't remember any other season that like 5 games until the end of the regular season and every team is like a lot of teams fighting for a playoff spot. I think it's really interesting and the people and the fans are enjoying it because previous years we had the COVID, we have some ups and downs as not only basketball but as in the human aspect. So I think this season is really interesting and a lot of teams, as I said, fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, and what about your team this season? How hard it was for you and your team to stay so stable?
You know, the consistency is the most important thing. We're, I think, the same every game. We're trying to present the same basketball, to play the same way. Of course, we'll have some bad nights, some good nights. But I think the most
we didn't see those bad nights.
We had some bad nights, I can remember. But you know, the most important is that we're working hard. We have good chemistry. We understand and know each other. And you know, we didn't achieve anything so far. But the way we're playing and how we're right now. We're confident about the continuation of the EuroLeague.
Does the first spot on the table mean something right now?
Doesn't mean something as results because as you can see, if you finish first and you play playoffs maybe against Maccabi, FS, Partizan, you know, all are really good teams with good players, good coaches. Yes, of course, the most important for us is to have the home court advantage because in front of our fans we feel better and I think they're giving us so much support, but the only thing is that you have the first 2 games at home. So we're happy. Psychologically, of course, it helps us because we're winning, and when you're a winning team, everything is a little bit more easier, but at the end is the most important.
And speaking about that mentality and those kind of things that we are not able to see every time on the court or in front of the cameras, you mentioned those hard nights or bad games or something. Can you remember right now some difficult moment for your team this season?
We had in December we had 2 losses in a row from Red Star and Villeurbanne. And like a couple of weeks earlier we lost from Valencia. Especially the 2 games we were up by 15-16 points and we lost. So it was hard because it was kind of beginning of the season, but I think the most important thing is that the good nights and the bad nights we forget them immediately. Like we don't enjoy so much winning a game, and we don't like sit and like overthink when we lose a game. I think we keep working, we're doing our job the best way possible, I think that's also a big part of what we're doing this season.
Who is mostly in charge for the good atmosphere?
You know, I think everybody has his part. We have everybody most like it's a positive guy and try to help the other. You know, every player has his bad nights, his bad moments, but we're like a family. You know, whenever someone is not feeling well, the others are trying to help him. Of course, we'll fight, we'll have some arguings, but you know, but everything in a good way, in a way that all the families are solving their problems.
Yes. So how do you handle with those bad nights personally?
You know, I try to see what I did wrong. I try to see, first of all, how I had to help the team more, and then you know, I like to watch the games again to see what was wrong and what didn't go so well. But you know, I try to forget it because how it's Euroleague right now in the domestic leagues, we have every 3 days we have a game, so you know it's easier to go on.
Yeah. So you're not an overthinker, I guess.
I am to be honest. I like to see my faults and to see my mistakes and to try to improve them. But you know, everything on the way that will not hurt either me or the team.
You actually don't have time to be an overthinker a lot this season.
That's true.
So you probably know that I'm about to ask for your MVP awards this season. You were the MVP of the round a few times. And how do you feel about that? How much the team effort is actually important in those kind of awards?
Everything, like the most important is the team because the team is winning, the team has good strike, the team helps every single player to play well, you know. Of course, everybody in this team has talent and everybody has the time to express the talent during the season. But, you know, I don't care about myself so much. I care the team to win. I care, first of all, the first goal is to qualify to the playoffs. The second goal is to have the home court advantage. And the third and the main goal is to go to the Final Four. So I'm taking step by step. And the only thing I care is to achieve my and the team's goals.
So, you know, from this point of view, medias and my colleagues, we all speak about the MVP of the regular part of the season. Do you think about that? Do you expect that award?
To be honest, I don't expect it because we have 5 games left, then we have the playoffs. Maybe if we qualify to the Final Four, maybe I'll think about it just for a moment. But right now, the only thing, we have 5 very difficult games with teams that are fighting for the playoffs. So we want to finish hard, we want to finish strong and to go to the playoffs with good psychology and good basketball. So the only thing for me is to go to the Final Four.
How do you feel about your game personally this season? We see you as you are playing the best basketball ever in your career, but how do you feel about it and do you think that too?
I feel good, I feel confident, I feel that I put a lot of work during the years. So the only way to feel confidence is for me, is the repetition, is to continue working the stuff you'll do in the game. I heard from my teammates, I heard from coaches that if you want to do something specific on the court, you have to practice it in order to make it. So that's my motto, that's what I try to do to improve myself. Of course, like I said, the team is so healthy, the chemistry is so good that everything helps every player to show his talent and to play according to his abilities. And I think also my teammates know what I can provide for the team, and they hug all this effort from me, and I try to help my team and my teammates as much as I can.
Do you feel like you stepped up this season? Do you feel like this season is something specific or special for you?
I'm trying to build, like I try every season to be better and better. I think like the last couple of seasons I'm able to do it, but you know, I'm never satisfied, I'm never settled, I'm never like to say I achieve what I want and that's it. I'm trying to improve every day, I try to learn new stuff every day. So I work for this season to be good, and I will keep working for my next season. So, you know, the most important is to be healthy, and we'll see what will happen.
Yeah, and what about the cooperation with coach Jorgosom Barcokasom? He's not going to be able to make it for tomorrow's game, but how do you feel about the cooperation?
I feel good. I had him in Barcelona, I had him in here in Olimpijakosa. You know, he's giving the players the freedom to play. He's the practices he's making are good. The energy he has is good. You know, of course, unfortunately, he will not be able to be tomorrow for personal and like health issues, but I hope he'll be back soon. I think we're like I said, we're a team-bonded machine, let's say, that even one part is missing. We play this year. We showed it, like Kostas Papanikolaou missed some games, Lucas missed some games, I miss some games. So we won these games. We show that we're a team. We're really team. So I hope also without our first coach to show it tomorrow.
What do you expect tomorrow from your team and also from Partizan?
I expect the team, like Partizan, all the games home, they fight a lot. They take energy from their crowd, which is amazing. They play really good, like the last couple of months especially. So they're fighting for the playoffs. As I said, it's a really important game for them, but also it's a really important game for us. We know that it will not be a super environment for us. The fans will be into it, but that's why we play basketball. That's experience. That's what we want, and we hope everything will be fine at the end.
You say that it's going to be your first time playing against Partizan in Belgrade. Did you speak about that with your teammates, that they had chance to play here?
I didn't speak with them. I watched a lot of basketball during the years, also the previous years when Partizan was again in Euroleague. They have tradition, they have fans. Serbian fans especially, like also Red Star and Partizan, they love basketball, us in Greece. It's really nice to play in a full arena. I played with Red Star like a couple of years in the big arena, so I know how it's 20,000 people when I was in Barcelona. So, I know what to expect, especially Partizan Olimpijakos. Everybody knows the feelings from these two clubs to each other, which are not like great. So, we expect a really tough game.
Yeah, for us here in Serbia and probably the whole region, it's like interesting to have a Bulgarian guy playing on the highest level in the Euroleague. And we were watching you on the Eurobasket also, and you have a Bulgarian origin. You probably understand Serbian, right?
Yeah,
so
I know. I have a lot of friends from Serbia. I have a lot of friends from Serbia. I like Serbian culture and I like Serbian people, and also in Bulgaria we have a lot of Serbians, so
we basically can understand each other. But we are not trying that now.
I can understand a lot. I understand everything. I speak a little bit less, but
everything.
It's really nice. Always when I come here, it's a pleasure to play. In Serbia.
Yeah. Did Nikola Milutinov help you actually with Serbian things?
He's a really close friend of mine. He just texted me barely like 5 minutes ago. He's a Partizan guy, but he's also Olympiakos guy. So he'll be 50-50 for tomorrow.
Yeah. So you played for the national team, and for the country that is maybe not worldwide known by basketball, and it's quite the opposite actually, because here when we are speaking about sportsmen from Bulgaria, we know about Hristo Stoichkov, we know about Grigor Dimitrov now because he used to play against Novak like all the career, and now we have you. So are you aware of the fact how big your impact is actually on that sport culture for the whole country, for many young kids that are going to play basketball?
That's the most important for me. I try to, even if I inspire one small kid to start playing basketball, for me it's a win. The most important thing is that in Bulgaria the basketball is in a low level right now, and especially the whole sport. Like you said, we have there and here some really good athletes, but they're not a lot. We're not like a super sports country, like in every sport. So the most important is the young kids, to start to think how difficult basketball is, and not only basketball, like because we're talking about basketball, and the things that they have to do in order to succeed. So for me, it's really important to see a lot of young kids in the arenas to start playing, and that will be my biggest goal to try, even if it's in Bulgaria, in Greece, because basketball doesn't have borders. So to try to see that young kids are coming, families are coming to the games. I know, especially Balkan people, you can see how passionate it is for their teams, but sometimes I think we overdo it. It's just a sport. It's just 10 people who are playing basketball, that they love what they do. I understand that everybody supports his team, and I understand how passionate fans are. But the most important for me is to see families, to see young kids, be in an arena, both fans, for example, because we're Serbia, from Partizan and Red Star and everything, to finish quietly, like they do in the most countries. And the same way in Greece, we're still not on this level, but the most important, from my aspect, is to see more and more kids coming to the gym.
Yeah, so Serbian fans actually knows how to cross the border sometimes in those kind of things, because they're
I don't remember when was the last time I see, especially in ABA League, Partizan and Red Star, and to finish on time,
No. In ABA League, that's probably impossible, but in Euroleague we had 2 derbies, everything was good.
But that's a good part, because like I said, the fans are so passionate, and everybody's talking about this derby, even it's Partizan Red Star or Panathinaikos Olimpijakos, or because especially here in Balkan, the people know how to make the atmosphere great, So I think this is the most important. This product to be like everybody to say, "Wow, what an atmosphere!" Then see all the bad things that are coming.
Yeah.
Because, Americans are coming here to play from other countries. Everybody wants to feel it on the good way, on the good part of the sport.
So speaking about different nationalities and countries and your connection with Serbian guys, how many languages do you speak?
I speak Greek, I speak Bulgarian, I speak English, I can speak Spanish and a little bit of Serbian. I can speak, 4 or 5 languages I can speak.
Yeah, we spoke a little bit before we started to record this. Probably the half of the Euroleague knows how to say a few words in Serbian and also knows how to curse in Serbian. Yeah. Do you know those kind of words?
I know, but as I said, because I had friends with Nikola, we're together all the time, I try to speak even with some mistakes, just to learn. Because it's nice, to learn new things and new stuff. And as you said, with Bulgarian, it's really similar, the languages.
What do you like the most, speaking about the Serbian culture and food and things like that?
I like food. I like cevapi, pleskavica, I like pleskavica, I like all this. We have it in Bulgaria, but here in Serbia it's different. I like how Serbians, when it's for the country and when it's for their nation, they are so united, in every sport it's like this. So this is something that, maybe they'll have some problems around, but when it's for their nation, everybody's together. So this is one of the good part of the Serbian culture and nation,
Yeah.
And a lot of things more that we don't have time now to say.
Yeah, we changed the subject a little bit, but let's get back to that Eurobasket. Actually, it was historical for you and your team. Can we speak a little bit about that, to get back on it, and to speak about where do you see the Bulgarian national team in the future?
That was our chance to go back to Eurobasket after 11 years. It was a really nice moment to play against all these NBA players, EuroLeague players, also for guys who will never face this. And I think we did pretty well. We won Georgia, we lost from Montenegro and from Belgium at the end. Yep. We had a chance to go to the top 16, but I don't know when will be the next time we'll play Eurobasket, because with all these windows, FIBA, EuroLeague, I cannot go help my team. As I said, the Bulgarian basketball is not on the top level right now, even in mediocre level. So I don't know when will be the next chance to qualify to Eurobasket, but I hope it will not take, again, 10 and 15 years to do it.
Yeah, but where do you see the national team in the future? Not only in the terms of the results, but also about the whole system,
a lot of things has to change, from the coaches to the federation to the way things are working. So I don't know how bright is the future if not everybody stay together and work, but they have to start working from the young ages to start producing players, because I don't know, I cannot think about 3 Bulgarians playing outside of Bulgaria, It's really tough. Even if you ask me FIBA Europe Cup, Champions League, Euro Cup, I cannot say anybody. So that's the thing that they have to think about it. I'm not here to criticize. I hope they find a way to go again to Eurobasket and find a way to product players, because as we see, all the Balkan countries, they have more culture, they're producing more players. Bulgaria is a little bit back on this track, but I think everything can happen if you work hard and dream it and then work it to do it.
Yeah. So you are in Olympiakos from 2018, right? Yeah. we also spoke about it, that you are playing your best basketball now, for sure. And how do you feel about the club, about the city, about the whole country? It is basically your second home.
Yeah,
right?
I feel good. I feel great. As I said, Olympiakos is a big family, from the presidents to the whole guys who are working on the front office, to every player, to the physios, equipment manager. You know, from the first guy to the last guy, you know, everybody's together. They make me feel like my home. You know, not everything was easy for the club, for me. Everybody has his bad moments. Everybody thought that if we'll make it, like some years we didn't make even the playoffs, but I feel good with the people, with the city, you know. And as I said, winning is getting a better psychology. You feel better every day, feel better around the city, and we'll have to keep doing that.
Yeah. So what do you like the most in Greek culture, actually? And also speaking about those kind of things, you know, the food and everything. And can you find any similarity with Serbian or Bulgarian?
Of course, the food and the way people live and the way people want to live, you know, it's really similar. But you know, except of the historical part of Greece and how things you can see on the buildings and stuff like this. They are my friends. I have a lot of things to connect me with Greece, you know. So because I lived in Thessaloniki before, now I'm living in Athens, you know, I spent almost 10 years in Greece, like living. So, you know, I speak Greek like fluently, is my mother language. So, you know, I have everything connecting me to Greece. So I really love it a lot.
Yeah, so everything with you and basketball basically started in Greece, right? On that,
yeah, basically because I left from Cyprus around age of 15, so basically my first steps to the professional basketball started in Greece.
In Thessaloniki, in Aris, right? How actually everything happened between you and basketball? It is a family thing or something?
Yeah,
how did you start?
My father was a basketball player, so you know I didn't have any other choice. My sister was a basketball player. My father played like in the 80s, so you know, as soon as I remember myself, I was always in the gym. You know, he was my role model. I try a lot to, you know, to work hard because that's his mentality. That's the whole family's mentality, to work hard, to dream, and to work to achieve it. You know, and to put some goals every day, every year, and to try to achieve these goals. You know, and the most important is that what I get from them, you know, it's accept love and the whole support. It's that on the bad moments you don't have to give up. You have to work hard. You have to keep believing in yourself even when nobody believes, and to find the right people, to make a team, to make a core, and to work hard to achieve your dreams.
So did you play one-on-one with your dad or with your sister?
Yeah, when I was really young, you know, I tried to beat him, I couldn't, and finally, you know, after sitting 2 hours on the court, he said, okay, like win and go home. I didn't want to go home losing, you know. But then we practiced a lot together, like on our summer, on our, I remember New Year, Easter, you know, at any point of the year, as soon as we have some times, you know, now it's even more difficult because of the schedule and because we play like every 3 days. But every summer with my coaches, he is always there. He's watching the practices. He's telling his opinion, you know, and you know.
Do you play now one-on-one? You probably beat him. Yeah.
We don't play right now, you know, but he's helping me. He's helping me a lot, you know. Without him and without my family, I would never dream to be here, to be honest.
And what about your sister? Is she playing?
She's not playing right now. She played before, you know, now she has family. She's watching the games, all the games. And, you know, I remember when I was in Cyprus before, we were going, playing some. But, you know, now because we don't have a lot of time to see each other, you know, we prefer to go to eat, to see, you know, my nephew and my niece, and to be like all together, family time.
Yeah. Do you feel now that basketball had a huge impact on your childhood and things like that? Do you have any specific memories about it when you were young, and you know, was it a big part of your childhood?
Yeah, like basketball is a big part of my life from, as I said, from 3 years old. You know, I watched games, I played in my neighborhood, I played in my teams. You know, my whole mindset and my whole life is basketball. That's why I think I'm watching a lot of games on the TV, even now, you know. I try to watch as much as I can, NBA, Euroleague, even Bulgarian league, you know, because I have a lot of friends. I love basketball, and, you know, I have also a lot of other things to like and to talk, and to, with my friends, we don't talk only about basketball, you know, but of course has a lot of impact in my life.
Yeah. How much the chapter that you spent in Barcelona was important for you? Do you feel that it was a special one now from the distance?
Really, because it's really special one because, you know, it puts me on a situation to see my limits, to see that when I can break up. And
I didn't expect that answer.
No,
to see your limits.
No, to see my limits. What I mean, like to see my limits psychologically. You know, to see where I can go and don't give up, don't break. You know, was a really tough. I had a really good time, of course, but also for the club was really tough. We didn't have a winning team. You know, Barcelona was not on the top like it's now, like was before. You know, I never blame someone for that. I will never say this is. From one point, I think I didn't deserve all these things, but from the other point, I said, okay, I made mistakes, maybe too. I was not ready. I had to work more. So you know, was really nice experience. I make friends, life friends, but it was experience to see that I will not give up. I will try hard. And nobody, even if it was a coach or someone, will tell me that I can't do this or I can't do that. I'll keep working and keep prove that first to myself that I can be on the top.
Yeah. Can you now pick one of your coaches or a few of them that was, you know, so special for you that you had a kind of a special bond with him?
On a good side?
Yeah, yeah.
I can pick few for sure with Coach Barcokasom. We have, like I said, we have a special bond. I cannot say we're friends because you can never be a friend with your coach, but you know, we have really good relationship because he helped me a lot. Also, you know, my first coach scenario is like Vangelis Angelou, and who was like a lot of years assistant to Coach Dusan Ivkovic. You know, I was 17 years old. You know, he teach me some stuff. You know, put me in the professional basketball. I can say with a lot. You know, from every coach I try to win something, to learn something. I had the opportunity to be with great coaches. You know, and with some really good personalities. So I gain a lot from them, but if I have to choose two, I know it's not a little bit fair, but because also when I was young ages, I had really coaches that helped me a lot. Even now, my coach from individual workout that nobody knows, like he's not in front of the cameras, but he helped me a lot because, you know, everybody sees in front of the cameras, everybody sees the game, you know. Nobody will see the practices, nobody will see behind the cameras, and that's normal because our time is the game time. Yeah. Then everybody will see you, then everybody will judge you. But you know, to go there, it's you have to practice individual, practice with the team. Nobody knows the routine, so that's what I said. I don't want to say just one coach, but mainly is that.
Yeah, and nobody actually see how many working hours you have in the gym, or you know, about the practices before and after the practices and things like that.
That's true. You know, I will never say a bad word about a coach or something. For sure, I don't like some coaches I had, not because they're not good coaches, because of their personalities, but mainly, you know, as I said, from my career until now, I had really great coaches and great personalities.
Yeah, you mentioned that you watch a lot of NBA games also, beside the Euroleague and the Eurocup games. You were drafted. I think that you were 57th pick or something, overall. So how do you feel about the NBA now? Do you even think about playing in the NBA?
You know, it's for sure the last year, you know, I get drafted, I get traded a couple of times from Brooklyn. I went to Cleveland, now Sacramento. You know, of course it's a dream. You know, for every kid, for every guy who is playing. But it's not a dream that I want to do for, you know, to do it just to do it, or to do it and don't think about anything else. If at some point, you know, the situation is good, and if the team Sacramento wants me, and we find the way and the opportunity, because I like, you know, to have the opportunity to try to show that I can play, you know, and with hard work, I think everything can happen. But, you know, it's not in my mind right now. It's only, you know, to go to the playoffs and try to achieve one more Final Four. Last year was our first one, like I said, this team. So it will be nice to go again to Kaunas, but you know, we have to be humble. We have to work hard, and that's only in my mind, you know, to achieve with Olympijakos our goals.
Did you think as a kid about being able to play on the highest level in Europe?
I try to dream. I try to dream things that can happen, immediately. And always I was thinking in my mind as a kid, to play in NBA, to play in the highest level. So now that we're in the highest level in EuroLeague, I just enjoy it. I just feel good. I want to, because we're blessed. We're doing a job that we love. We play basketball, and we're doing what we want, basically. Some other guys in the world, they cannot do what they want. They just work a job maybe they don't like, maybe just to live, their family. So we're blessed, and I learned in my life to, to don't nag, to don't be disappointed. Of course, because basketball is our life, we'll have some extra thoughts of things that affects us, but when we go to the real life, we have to stop, think all these small details that it is important for basketball, but it's not important for life. So, of course, I wanted as a kid to play in the highest level, and now that I'm doing it in Europe, I'm just enjoying the moment. If God bless me and help me to go to the NBA one day with the right conditions and at the right moment, I'll be super, happy.
Yeah, and a few more words about tomorrow's opponent, about Partizan. They didn't start too well this season in the EuroLeague, and then now they have a chance to be in playoffs. How do you see them, and what do you think what is going to be the biggest problem for your team tomorrow?
They have, if I don't say the best coach, in Europe, one of the best. It's a legend with, Coach Obradovic. So, under his, when you build a team at the beginning, when it's a new team, you need some time, but now we see how good they play. And the most important is the energy they bring, especially in their home court. So we have to be, to match up their energy, to match up their physicality, to don't make mistakes, and, try our chances. We're in a good mood. We won our 3 last games in EuroLeague. So we have to play like this, because we see in Milan we didn't play well, we lost by 20. So every team, especially in their home court, they're playing really good. So I'm expecting a lot of physicality. I'm expecting they have great players, they have great talent. So I'm expecting a battle.
Hvala ti mnogo na razgovoru. Nadam se da ćeš imati vremena da pojedeš pljeskavicu, ćevape, sve posle utakmice.
Pa nema vremena sada, ali dobro. Sljedeći put.
Hvala mnogo na iscrpnom razgovoru i srećno sutra.
Hvala.
Na veliku radost navijača Partizana, Olimpijakos je izgubio tu utakmicu u Evroligi u Beogradskoj areni. Naravno, na veliku radost svih onih koji žele da vide jedan srpski tim u završnici Evrolige. Ne zaboravite da Evroligu pratite i u nastavku sezone ekskluzivno na kanalima Sport kluba. Već smo pričali o tome koliko je neizvesna ova sezona, a ko zna šta nas još čeka i u play-offu i na Final Fouru, koji ćete također pratiti samo na Sport klubu. Kada je reč o našoj emisiji, ukoliko ste propustili neke od prethodnih razgovora, naravno sve vas čeka na našem YouTube kanalu, a na društvenim mrežama nam pišite, predlažite i komentarišite sve ono što biste želeli da vidite u nekim narednim epizodama. Hvala vam na pažnji još jednom i vidimo se sljedeće sedmice.